Hey guys, it's Craig. This is the Apple HomePod Mini, and people have been loving it. Let's see how the sound stacks up next to the other $99 smart speakers and the mini speakers from Amazon and Google. Let's take a look. With the original HomePod, Apple prided themselves on how good the sound was. They've brought a lot of sound in a very small speaker with this. I've heard from a lot of people that want to know how this thing sounds next to the Google and Amazon devices. Although I made this video sound like it was the HomePod Mini versus the World, this video is really a sound comparison across all these devices. So if you have any of them, you could use this as a reference to see how the others sound. Let's start off with the mini speakers and then we'll finish up with these full size. Before we continue, here's the disclaimer. My world-class audio facility with top-of-the-line microphones for this kind of test is closed because of what's going on in the world. So instead, I have to do it here using the microphones I make my videos on. That being said, what you hear through the video may differ from what I'm hearing. This is meant to give a reference point to compare to speakers you already know. Plus, sound is subjective. You may like something different than me. Also, all these devices are set to their default settings out of the box. Let's look at the mini speaker category. We have the Echo Dot with its new front-firing speaker design. The Echo Dot has a 1.6-inch speaker like last year, but the speaker's no longer firing down for 360 audio, which 360 audio is basically slam the sound down and spread it out the side, so no more of that. Amazon says that this will deliver crisp vocals and balanced bass for full sound you can enjoy anywhere. Now we have the Nest Mini. It's also using a Seagull speaker design with a 40mm driver. Google went with an upward facing speaker. Last year's update was supposed to add more bass. Then we have the HomePod Mini. Apple went with a full range dynamic driver. So basically a single down-firing speaker. This is the same approach that Google and Amazon just moved away from. But Apple was able to bring more bass than these using high excursion force-canceling passive radiators. Man, that's a mouthful. Passive bass radiators are basically speakers that are powered by air pressure from another speaker. So no electricity for those speakers. What happens is the air pressure from the speaker that's in here vibrates the radiators and produces more bass. It's really cool technology. I guess it's been used for years, but I'm just learning more about it. So the sound shoots down and then it hits a cone, so it throws out the 360 audio, basically what the Echoes used to do. But the two things that give Apple an advantage, though, is the addition of those bass radiators that these don't have. And this has the S5 chip. The S5 chip is the same chip that's in the Apple Watch Series 5. That chip is used for computational audio. It analyzes the music and Apple applies tuning models in real time to give you better sound.
I see a sky with a reindeer car, but I'm running. I see a train moving all too fast, but I'm not leaving. Oh, here you are, face to face in this trashy bar. Another glass and I am going places. Makes me laugh about the irony of everything. I like the way you're thinking. I don't really care about the music on the dance floor. I don't really mind. All the smoke is in the bathroom.
Let's talk about pros and cons of each of these things. We'll start with the Nest Mini. This is a version 2 product. There hasn't been a lot of updates from Google to these. The pros of this, it does have clear highs. It also has a spot where you can hang it on the wall. But basically, it is no different than the first thing they released. While everybody else upgrades, they put this out. So Get this out of here. I don't want that. Now that leaves us the HomePod Mini and the Echo Dot. The Echo Dot, so much better than last year's downfiring design. With the new design, the vocals seem clearer. Doesn't seem as muddy in the mid-range, and there's better bass out of it. But I think the HomePod Mini, what's really helping this with the bass are those radiators. The highs are clean on it. It just feels like there's more power and more balance, especially when you get to louder volumes. That's where the bass definitely falls off. This has managed to keep it pretty even.
I see a sky with a reindeer car, but I'm not running.
Now, one thing I did notice is neither one of them distorted at higher volumes. Really, it would just be the bass fall off on this that I think this does better with. Now, that's my average consumer, non-audio guy opinion on this. Next, let's look at the HomePod Mini compared to the Nest Audio and the new Echo Dot 4th generation. Both Amazon and Google went with the new front-firing speaker design that uses a separate tweeter and woofer. So both of these are using 3-inch woofers, which has helped a lot with the bass. They're a lot more balanced than they used to be. The Nest Audio uses a single 0.75-inch tweeter, while the new Amazon Echo 4th generation has 2.8-inch tweeters in there. It's supposed to give you stereo sound, but when they're that close, it's not going to give you stereo sound. But it does give you a very full sound. The HomePod Mini is battling speakers that have separate woofers and tweeters. Can a bass radiator keep up with a 3-inch woofer? Let's listen.
I see a sky with a reindeer car, but I'm not running. I see it trailing all too fast, but I'm not leaving. And you go round and round. Oh, here you are, face to face in this trashy bar. Another glass and I am going places. Makes me laugh about the irony of everything. I like the way you're thinking. I don't really care about the music on the dance floor. I don't really mind all the smoke is.
So my thoughts on these out of the box, I feel like these are big improvements over previous generations. The new design definitely helps out a lot more bass out of this, a little too bass heavy out of this. Actually, my normal settings, I kick the highs up and the mids up and pull the bass down a little to get it a little more balanced. This right here doesn't have enough bass by default, but when you turn up the bass and then you even kick up the highs a little bit, sounds nice. So really good job here. The HomePod, we heard it. I like the sound of the HomePod, but volume wise, like right off the bat, this had to get up to about 80% so that it could keep up with this at 60% and this at 60%. When it comes to volume, this thing gets loud, it stays clear, but it can't compete with these. At higher volumes, I didn't notice any distortion, but I did feel like the bass started falling off and it wasn't balanced. That was one of the things I really liked about the HomePod full-size one and the Mini, is that somehow it maintains balance at higher volumes. But overall, my thoughts on these, everybody's bringing better products than they used to. The Nest Mini, it couldn't make it back for this closing, so it will be just these four. As for the HomePod Mini, to me, it destroys the Mini speakers. It sounds so much better than those, but for as good as it sounds, it can't keep up with the larger speakers of these. So I would say in a smaller room, you could use a Dot and you could use a HomePod Mini. In a large room, you're gonna wanna go with something like this or you're gonna wanna go with a full-size HomePod. But overall sound quality, I'm gonna rank them right now. This gets the best balance of bass and highs in my opinion, still maintains the best sound and fullness and volume and oomph. Then this right here would be number 2. Again, the volume, it's got good fullness, better highs, a little too much bass out of the box, just pull it back. Number 3 though, definitely the HomePod Mini. This thing's impressive how big the sound is for something so small. It really is. If you get a chance to listen to one in person, check it out. It is a weird one. It's halfway in between this and this. It's in its own category. So really, I would look at it that if this is a $50 speaker, this is $99. This is a $75 speaker that they're charging $99. But it's definitely worth more money than this. Then there is the Echo Dot. Definitely a big improvement. Front firing design sounds really good. It's just the bass radiators tip this. At the end of the day, the choice in smart speakers is probably going to come down to a mix of budget and preferred ecosystem. What is your favorite sounding smart speaker? Next, make sure to check out this video over here if you'd like to learn more about the HomePod Mini, or this one up here if you'd like to learn more about the new Echo 4th generation. I'll see you over there. Thanks for watching. Bye.